Hi, Chris from evaluagent here. So in this video we're going to take a look at how we can add manual line items to our quality evaluation scorecards. So let's take a look. So from our dashboard, I'm going to use the command palette and come to the manage scorecards option. This is your repository of all of the scorecards you create. You can see right now we've got three that's active here. I'm going to go ahead and create a new scorecard. And we're going to give it a title. Like so, we can give it a description, but we'll leave that as blank for now. That's optional. This is not a real-time QA scorecard, and we're going to use this for telephony, email, and chat, and it's a front office contact. These elements here, you typically configure these in your quality settings, but you do get the option to add new channels or contact types directly from the scorecard builder as well. We want to allow our evaluators to provide feedback on the scorecard, so we're going to say yes to that. We are not going to weight our line items for this particular example. And for our evaluation outcome, we've got two options. We can either have a system-derived outcome, which will give us a percentage, and if the pass rate, if that percentage is over whichever pass rate we put in here, it will give us our pass outcome. If it's below, it will give us our fail outcome. Now the pass rate is optional. Now that means though that the system won't be able to differentiate between pass and fail. So one outcome will be applied to all of your evaluations. So let's put in our pass rate in here. We also have the option to create or to use manual outcomes. So rather than having that percentage, once we have scored our evaluation, we can then select from whichever list of outcomes we have built in here. You build these in your quality settings as well. But we'll leave this for our system-derived outcome, and we get the option to hide these results from any roles as well. So let's hide this from agents. We can then create our scorecard, and then we can go ahead and add in our section, which is obviously a group of line items, an individual line item, or we can bring in from our existing line items that we've created in the other scorecards, we can bring those line items in there. It just means that you don't have to recreate all of the line items if you're using it across different scorecards. So let's go ahead and add our line item. So this is a manual line item that we're creating, so we just add in our title here. Did the agent verify customer's identity? So whatever it is you're looking to measure, the question goes in your title. We want to allow our evaluators to provide feedback on the line item, and we're going to assign this as the risk category. Now your categories are configured in your quality settings as well, and at the end of your evaluation you're presented with category results, so that will show you the percentage of pass and fail for whatever way you've categorized your line items. Additionally, there's a category performance report that you can report on all of your category results. We can allow for a non-applicable option, so we'll say yes for that. And we can also set this line item as an auto-fail. So if there's a line item that contains a significant amount of risk, for example, if the agent is not verifying customer's identity, that's, there's a significant amount of risk attached there. We can set this as an auto-fail so that regardless how the rest of the line items performs, if this one fails, it will fail the evaluation entirely. We'll then bring in our scoring template. Now your scoring templates is you create those in your quality settings, and this allows you to set how you score the line item. So there's an unlimited amount of combinations that you can create. We can see some examples in here. So let's just go for something simple, the 2-point scoring template. And the next thing that we do is put in our criteria, scoring criteria. This helps your evaluators score the line items based on business expectations. So let's say, we don't want to add in emojis. The agent failed to verify the customer. Oh, that's not right. The agent verified the customer. and that's for the fail one. Now, because we've allowed a non-applicable, we get this third option in here. If we were to say no in there, we can see that disappears. If we were weighting this line item, this is where we add in that weighting value, but we're not doing that within this video. So let's just add this in here. Our line item's been added, excellent. Let's preview it. And we can see we've got our category tag in here. We've got our question. We've got our guidelines in here, so we can see the text that we've added in for those guidelines. We can score it directly from the guidelines. We can also, this little pencil here lets us add in the feedback as well, because we allowed for the feedback to be added. So let's cancel that in there. And that's how you add a manual line item into your quality evaluation scorecards.